this is why the battle of what zombies is, and I talk about the game as this sort of like ephemeral thing. It's not something that you can touch or anything. Um, when it comes to zombies, and the game is like every high round zombie player understands to a good degree what the game is. It's, you know, you spawn in, you know, blank slate, and you know you're trying to speed run because it's a race against the clock to get the highest round because it's a reset. And so you're pushing out these ridiculous strategies, as ridiculous as they can get, while also staying on, you know, trying to survive too, because you have to survive all the way to reset with only, you know, 3 QRs. That's the game. That's what the game is. And
Yeah.
there's a fight with the Easter egg players that we're in internal combat to fight for what this game is, and what we see the game as is really what the game is. These Easter egg players trying to hijack our games, you know, where you're kiting a crawler, where you're actually declining the objective of the game, the objective of what the game is, all the systems in the game are set up to do. They're set up for you to kill the zombies. They're set up for you to get to the highest round possible, but because you need to play fast to get to the highest round possible, you kiting a crawler is antithetical to how the game is meant to be played. Instead, you're doing that while looking around to, press F on every single part of the map, trying to find the Easter egg. Nah, that's not the game, and that should never be the game, right? So there's this fight for what the identity of the game is, right? And so when a lot of these older players played, I specifically examined this with Pokemon, right? So these older players would come to the newer Pokemon generations, they'll feel dissatisfied, right? They maybe had, a few generations in their belt, under their belt, and this is, I don't know how many generations are in like a decade span, but they've been playing for a while basically, and so they would shit on the game, and because they're the older players, right, they have all the sort of cultural power to dictate whatever. But the kids are not necessarily in the same realm and space, and so they're insulated from what these boomers are saying. And so you can grow up and thinking, oh god, this game is sick, and then you go on the internet. Now, when you're older and all these conversations have ceased to exist, they're done in old forums and old tweets that were typed out decades or a decade ago, or maybe 5 years ago. Now the conversation is like, oh, like, this is a cool game I loved as a kid. This is a masterpiece, and the conversation shifts to, oh wow, this was a good game. And IGN, right? They did a review on the game, and they had the contemporary opinion of that time, where it's like, oh, it's a shit game, hack and slash bullshit. But the kids really liked it. I, as a kid, liked that game. And so to see that narrative, it's just like people shitting on the game. It's like, no, I don't agree with that. I think that game is sick. What the fuck are you talking about? And I do recognize the problems that you see in this game, but you completely discount the other things of this game, and I completely understand that, because you also have a different metric based on the other games that you play. But also, I don't think all these games are all that. Like, first of all, Sonic looks like some fucking blocky cunt in these old games playing on some shit hardware. Like, don't fucking tell me my fucking sick, like HD, like one of the most graphically impressive games, like a very not like super realistic looking game, but in terms of like the art style they used, I think it looked very nice. It ages really well. Don't fucking tell me your blocky Sonic is cool, and don't fucking discount mine. And so IGN went and re-reviewed that game, and it's like, oh, it's actually sick now, and it's like, what? And this guy, and I thought that was the only time they do it, because I don't really give a fuck about IGN. Apparently this is like a frequent thing they do, where they just go back in time. It's like, oh, times when IGN got it wrong. What do you mean got it wrong? The fuck? What do you mean got it wrong? Like, you are reviewing a product. What do you mean got it wrong? It's your review. Are you just rescinding that review because it's wrong now because the opinions of everyone else changed? That's fucking bullshit. That's you doing a bad. There's either two things happening. You're doing a bad review, and then you're realizing, oh wow, I didn't see these other things in the game. Then there's a clear fundamental problem with the way you're reviewing the game, or you're just bowing down to popular opinion. Oh wow, my opinion is wrong. Okay, quote unquote wrong because it's a fucking opinion, right? It's at least your view on the game, right? And then you're just changing your opinion. Okay, well then you're somebody that should never be counted because you are part of the hive mind, and someone that's part of the hive mind has no principles. Because if you can change from one opinion to the other, you have no principles. You are principleless. So if either of those was true, I should not be watching your content. 100% I should not be watching your content. What I should be watching is somebody that has a clear rubric to view a video game, and they will give the game their attention and view it from and be able to elucidate why exactly they feel the way that they do, and they don't change their opinion once everything else starts changing. That doesn't mean you can't gain insight on a game that you previously didn't, based on, let's say, BO2, for example. I think BO2 is bum, but the strategies that got developed during the strat tester era, okay, I like that game a lot more than I did initially, because the strats that people are doing now are harder and therefore are more cerebral, and I like that better. That's my preference. I thought BO2 was quite brain dead, you know, sitting behind the ice stuff while digging for max ammo just didn't seem that appealing to me. Once, you know, tank strat came out, I was like, okay, this map has at least something to it. And that changes my mind, right?
Yeah, I mean, using the Origins robot foot back then like that was so
What the
fucking boring.
Yeah, I'm about to kill myself just thinking about that, man. You're just like digging for max ammos, and that's what that map was. What the fuck is
Yeah.
that? Yeah, not into that. Not into that. So, yeah, I completely discount. I completely discount reviews from IGN just on the face of it, because I only have so much time in the day, and I don't want the conversation of any conversation that I'm having to be revolving around any narratives that come from an IGN review, unless I need to dispel a narrative if I've played the game before. This is something that, you know, if you're a Dark Souls player, right, it's we're in an internal fight versus people that are trying to put easy modes in our game and saying that the game is too hard. And these like Japanese
Yeah.
devs don't even fucking speak English, and I'm glad, because they should don't ever learn English. It's actually bad for you to learn English because it's actually gonna ruin your games. Don't learn English. Make sure you don't understand what the fuck they're saying and keep breaking sales records. Please do it. Please do. Please prove
Bro,
these game journals completely incompetent at their job, because it's like, oh fuck, we can't even finish the game in time to get our shit to review out. That's not even, you know, fully understand, because man, to fully understand Elden Ring, to fully understand how good the game is, you have to play for it several times. You can't play for it once. 100% you can't play for that once. 100%. I think it's just like with zombies, you can't get to round 20 once and then be like, oh, I understand how. No, you don't. No, you don't. Once you don't understand that, because once you see the extent to which players are playing now, and you see the strats they're doing, it's like, oh fuck me. It's like they're optimizing all this and that. Okay, well, this is a different game. And of course, you don't need to play the game like that, but the game could be played like that, even at a medium level. Even at a medium level, it can be played, you know, quite optimally, where you're now considering the drop cycle, considering all these game mechanics and how they work, no cops, so you can get all 4 drops around if you're playing the, you know, the 5 drop maps that would actually be ruined on BO2 apparently. Adding death machines. What the fuck are they doing, man? I want to play with a death machine, you crazy.
I was gonna say, people. I remember when Cuphead came out, everybody was complaining about how hard it was, that they couldn't beat it. Like a lot of people didn't like the game because of that. So it's kind of the same thing as Dark Souls
Yeah, good.
with that game.
Get filtered. People actually consider that. I hate when people talk about toxic. It's like all Souls players are toxic. Get good. We say get good because it's like I just don't, you know, I don't like listening to complaining. So it's just like get good or just get filtered. People are like, oh my god, I can't believe you'd say get filtered. No, just get filtered. Don't, you shouldn't be in a conversation if you can't play the game. That's just how I feel. That's your everything. Not E is for everyone, and what I like my games to be is exclusive. E is for exclusive. Fuck you, I don't want you in my game.
And
Seriously,
then
that
BO6, everyone gets around 900.
Man, you spawn in with like a full decked out M4. Man, my fucking Pack-a-Punch STG don't even fucking reach the damage values this M4 is getting with no upgrades. Are you fucking serious? It's like one of
He's got
those.
speed call on round one with his fast mags.
Oh shit! What is happening, man?
Play the game enough, you get all these guns unlocked. So it's like fuck. They added that shit level system into zombies.
Oh
like,
yeah,
we
too. And it's like a
talking about,
casino.
Yeah.
You just have like boom, 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 but like every time you like kill a zombie, headshot, plus 50.
Yeah.
And then you have like the crazy level up sound from multiplayer. You remember that from like Modern Warfare 2? Like
Oh, yeah,
ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I just remember watching MC play, and it's just like a CS:GO crate, you know, where it's like moving between all the different skins, but it's like that, but with all the medals. It's like it's like what is happening? That shouldn't be in the game.
It's just so whack. I remember in Black Ops 3, the last time I played console, all my friends from PlayStation, I was like Prestige Master level 500 in zombies.
600. Oh, it was 100 levels above you. Get fucked.
Damn. Anyways, I was like 500, and all my friends ended up modding to level 1000 from like Prestige to like 6 or 7, whatever they were. They all modded and got 1000, and now they're like higher level than me. I'm just like, what the fuck is that? You're gonna fucking cheat? And that was the last time I ever even touched PlayStation. Like after that, I'm like, yeah, that's fucking retarded.
Wait, Yaku's playing with face
They
cam?
actually did that.
But what did they do? They
He's been doing that. They modded to rank 1000 from like they were like Prestige 8 probably, and they modded to Prestige Master level 1000.
Oh, you don't like that?
Just like I thought that was like really fucking retarded.
Based. I don't like the
That-
Call of Duty level up system. That was a proof on how much of a no life you were. 100%. I remember asking this guy. I was so perplexed. I remember I saw this one guy. I was like, "Why are you just not prestiging? I don't understand." He's like, "Do you think I'm some fucking bum that plays this game all day? I don't want to start from the beginning again. Yeah, I don't have the time to play.
That shit.
Yeah, to play through the game."
You prestige, you start over again. That's such a stupid system. Actually, so stupid. It's like, especially in multiplayer, because you have no guns, pretty much. You just have to pick the one gun that you get from your prestige token, right? I would never prestige in multiplayer, yeah.
Stealth McFilthy just has a paused live stream. Brilliant. Yeah, just leave your live stream paused. I like that. Blackett is playing DOA. I like that game. Pretty good.
Years been playing, what's it called? Resident Evil 4, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're playing the same game right now. They're in a voice call actually. Nier,
Who?
Daka, Quentin, Rod, Frenzy, and Ninjas are in the other.
Oh,
They're
I
playing,
seen
like,
this
Mahjong or
streaming.
something. Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Some like board game?
Those guys are both
I
playing
wish,
Mahjong
I wish,
24/7.
I wish that this was the fight. Like, I wish we were fighting right now, because I would just kill you.
I just know things.
Ninjas, those guys.
Dude, am I gonna
I've
get
not
anything but
I've
money?
not seen that guy. I know who he is. Ninjas, yeah, I know who he
Oh,
is. But yeah, no.
How is this?
Wait, is this BO3? Oh yeah, BO3. DOA2 is on BO3. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Look at me. Completely confused.
Probably the best part of the game, right?
Yeah, probably.
Multiplayer sucks. Campaign is horrendous.
Yeah.
Like probably the worst campaign. I forgot. I forgot about Nightmares mode. BO3 had
Yeah.
a lot of content actually.
Yeah, and speed running, wall running
Speedrun shit,
nonsense.
yeah, well,
Then they never did anything with it. No, nothing for DLC. That game was ambitious.
yeah.
Very
I thought
ambitious.
that mode could have been cool, but
Oh, then could have been cool if it had no wall running. It was just strafing only. That'd have been cool. But that game does not have any strafing. I remember trying to strafe in that game.
like slide and shit.
Yeah,
Slide.
nonsense. Trying to ruin the skill gap. Fighting nonsense mechanics. And then in BL4 they nerfed the slide, which was nice. Where you don't infinitely just keep momentum. It doesn't give you momentum. The slides don't give you momentum. You have to run and slide and keep the momentum from your run. Cool.
I hate in BO3 use infinite slide.
Yeah, that's stupid. Shouldn't be a thing, but it is. It exists.
I like dolphin diving more, way more.
I don't like dolphin
Laying
diving
down in
at
the
all.
corner. Getting people. I like it because it's not something you ever have to use. Actually, I guess you do use it, but with PhD.
You
just like
use
a
it on
funny-
nonsense maps, but aside from
Yeah.
that,
It's just like a funny mechanic that I don't know. I like it way more than sliding for that.
I like sliding. I just wish it was like it was in BL4. Could be really cool. It would be really
I
interesting on
remember.
Chino.
Remember when I first got Galactic to play Counter Strike? Probably last year, like November or something.
Yeah.
He was complaining that there was no like movement mechanics like that. There was no like sliding or anything.
Oh yeah.
That was what he was complaining about.
Nice.
I'm just like, the more you play, the more you realize like how fucking retarded that would be if that was in the game.
Oh, I really do want release CS2 and people Michael Jackson around the corner. Not an arcade shooter. It's a tactical shooter. Come on. We at least have to have the game to be like somewhat feasible. It's meant to be about strats and tactics, not moving like a crackhead. But just because there's limitations in the game doesn't mean you can't make a fruitful movement system. Man, people are moving on the original Mario and finding, I mean, you can tell the difference between a good player moving on OG Mario versus, some shit player that just spawned in. you know, some guy that's probably been playing the Duck Hunt side of the cartridge just spawns in on Mario. Like, yeah, of course he's not moving well. Like, yeah, even
It's the same with CS for sure. I mean, movement is just way different in CS than it is in something like Zombies. It's way more how you use your movement with your aim.
Mm.
That's like super important. That's how you can like tell a pro from a beginner too. Movement in CS is like super hard, and of course there's like B hopping still, and there's KZ too. So there's a lot of cool movement stuff in the game still, but like he was wanting, but he just didn't know what that was yet.
yeah. That's the
But
problem
I
with
really
IGN
like that
reviewers.
there's no like sliding and shit. Not only from the shooting like gunplay perspective, but also from like timings. Like timings would be way different. Like it'd be way faster. You'd have less time to like think about shit. It would just be, I think that'd be way worse.
Mm.
If people are just like instantly getting across the map in 2 seconds, at the end of the round, it's like they're on A and then they just like teleport to bomb site B instantly because they're like doing some stupid sliding bullshit. Yeah, it would be really retarded. You have to use your time more efficiently because you move slower. I really like that. Makes decision making way more difficult, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's got a crypto ad.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Crypto is an IQ test. If somebody told me that was an IQ test sent by the aliens, I, I'd buy it. So, oh, okay. They're testing our species to see if we're really susceptible to, you know, quick, get rich quick schemes. Oh, turns out it's
Oh,
true.
definitely are, yeah.
Nonsense. So you guys know how bad alcohol is and you just still drink it? And you know there are other ways to have fun, but you just still choose to have fun like this? Wow, you guys are really stupid. Absurdly stupid. At least I got to give it to, you know, Islam and their hatred for what you call it? Alcohol. At least nominally, because I'm not in their culture. I don't know um how it actually if people actually follow their own scripture or anything like that, because I know people just full of shit. And I don't trust religion when it comes to like, oh yeah, you know, don't cheat on your wife, and it's like, oh, okay, that's like all you see in history.
I don't know why I'm saying first
But it's
person.
just like, oh wow, we have like basically no kings that were, you know, faithful to their wives. That's just good to know. Like, yeah, very, you know, very adhering to scripture, but so I have no idea how it exists. But I remember when the World Cup was happening, and they people were complaining. It's like football without beer. How could this be? I'm just thinking, wow, you think that you need alcohol to enjoy football, and that's like how you were taught to enjoy it. And so now, you know, sort of like getting addicted to vaping. It's like, oh, now you need to take a whiff of the vape pen to be able to
Yeah.
function. Yeah,
People that
that's
watch sports like that just don't even actually like sports.
probably not.
And just like the social part of it.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate too, because like in the UK, you go pub and they'll have pub will have a license to show the merch, and so well, what do you think a pub's for? Drinking. So yeah, not good. Very very much dislike the idea of alcohol. Definitely one of the worst things ever. And it's definitely not. It's obviously not one of the worst things ever, but it's it's pretty bad. And it sort of gets into our lives through the fact that a lot of the way you enjoy social situations are actually at these places that serve you alcohol. And then there's the whole, because alcohol is linked to adulthood, you know, teens will want to do alcohol to sort of prove that they're, you know, old, mature. They're an old, mature. You know, my grandma's 100 years old, my grandpa's 80 years old.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day actually, but I do feel like most people just when they turn 21 over here,
Mm,
um, they feel like they have to do it. It's like their whole life they haven't been able to do it, and now their only reason for not doing it is gone because they're not underage anymore. So it's like,
mm,
oh, there's nothing bad now. I can just do it if I want. That's how a lot of people think. So a lot of people they do drinks. Your fucking Yonka talking. I'm gonna mute that.
mm,
I feel like a lot of people do just do drinks like the day they turn 21 because there's no reason not to at that point in their minds.
yeah.
And I do see that happen a lot. A lot of my friends from high school are like already like super into drinking. Like the guys I was playing basketball with last night, one of them is like he just turned 21 recently. He's been drinking like a lot, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not into that at
Um,
all. Yeah. It's one of those things, right, too, because it's not only the health defects of it, and it's just like you're just putting shit in your body, and there are other ways to enjoy life without putting this shit in your body that exist.
mhm.
It's not only that; it's the fact that I like things that take cerebral, that are cerebral, and when things aren't cerebral, kind of get on my nerves. Playing slow and zombies, how could you possibly do that? This is disgusting because you're just sitting on Discord talking about who has the worst RNG while not even paying attention to the game because you're playing Mickey Mouse strats. Nah, man, that's fucking whack. Um, Not to say that slow equals your whatever, but general gist of it, yeah, usually is like that. And so you can't, if you're gonna do something so time consuming, at least put effort into it. Don't spend a lot of time doing something and not put a lot of effort in because you're just not thinking, and therefore, what are you doing? I don't know. I have no idea what you're doing. I can't even comprehend it. And that's what alcohol is. It's a depressant. It depresses your mind, not in terms of like, oh, I'm depressed, in terms of just the reaction speed of your brain. That's why you don't drink and drive. Your brain is just not firing on all cylinders. That's not good. It's really not good because I want to enjoy the times. Um, I wanna be very knowledgeable on what has happened. I want to be aware of everything that's happening. And the fact that having fun is, oh, I don't even know what's happening. Nah, I'm not into that. That's really shit. It's not for me.
Yes. I was just gonna say, to add on what I was talking about before that. Um, when people turn 21, that's like the only advantage you really, one of the only advantages you get. So that's kind of what they're thinking about. It's like as soon as I turn 21, I can drink alcohol now. So I think, honestly, think they need to take that rule away to where people can't do that before 21. Uh, there
Can't
needs to be
drink
something
before
else there
21.
because, yeah, I think that type of rule needs to be taken out and or changed somehow because I just think the when people get there, they just feel inclined to do it.
Well, okay.
Maybe make it 18 or something so they're not as focused on it because there's a lot of stuff you can do when you turn 18, but I still think that would have the same problem, so I don't really know like what the solution to that would be, but
Your rules are so different. You can drink at pretty much any age as long as it's not in public.
yeah, that's crazy.
Like most countries in Europe, as far as I know. But pretty sure that I'm wondering what the biggest countries. Wait, I only just looked at my chat. Julian says alcohol being legal is mind-boggling. It's not really that mind-boggling. I mean, in America, go through banning alcohol, and it just did not work because it's just so easy to produce, and now it's um it's a commodity controlled by gangs, but also because it's
Yeah, it
so
actually
easy to
spawned in the
make.
mafia. I don't know if you guys know about that, but whenever that era happened, what's it called? Was it prohibition? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, prohibition.
Yeah, that actually spawned in the mafia because they realized, oh, like we can make money off doing this. So
Mm.
that's whenever all those guys came in to the U.S. and started making money off that. So it was actually like one of the worst things for the country that ever happened, probably.
Yeah, so I'm more of a hey, legalize it, but instead, it's like cigarettes were legal, you but it was more the case that you had really good social techniques to get people to stop smoking in terms of education, having regulation to the point where you see a pair of black lungs every time you get a cigarette packet, you know. Yeah, and when you
Yeah.
first start smoking, right, and you see black lungs, it's not, before you're even addicted or anything like that. Not only are you told in school rigorously, just don't do this, not good. You're seeing family members dying of cancer that have done it. and they're worried about it because they're close to it. The people that haven't gotten cancer and seen their friends get cancer, so definitely have friends that have gotten cancer. Not good, not good for anyone that thinks, oh, okay, let me just start smoking. You're not thinking that after you see black lungs, family members dying or anything like that, right? And then people making you aware of that because you can see something, but you might not be aware of it, right? And this thing with alcohol, it's like, oh wow, people just getting, DUIs. Maybe that's actually just shows how fucking stupid it is to let people drink while also having these vehicles, these hunks of metal that can just kill, and because you drive not only yourself but you drive on a road with other people, so you're getting other people involved in your nonsense. Yeah, that's not good. They're seriously not good, but people know that, but they're not aware of it and not connecting the dots. And that needs to be on every beer can. You need to have a picture of like a crashed car. Don't drink and drive. You need to have a picture of somebody that has become an alcoholic. Oh, this guy's family left him. Yeah, you need to have that. That's how I'd regulate it. It's like you should always be aware that this is a thing. And every time you're drinking alcohol, you don't have a picture of, like a nice Athenian woman or, you know, an Irishman. Yeah, that shouldn't be on it. Like that looks really friendly and cute. Just like cereal boxes. This is like one of the wars I'm going on, which is cereal. I think cereal is nonsense. And where we would have like these like mascots in like very colorful boxes. It's like no, that
Very familiar with that. Yeah, toys
no,
inside.
yeah. It should be, you have, the picture of like whatever. Like, first of all, they shouldn't be allowed to use bright colors. First of all, number one, and no mascots. Like, you just show, you just advertise whatever's in the bowl, and that's it. Like, fuck you. Put in like friendly characters. What does the friendly character got to do with the cereal? Fuck off. Instead, they show like pictures of fat kids. It's like diabetes. Diabetes is caused by cereal. I don't know if it is, but just put some like crazy shit on it, just to really fuck with the kids too, because they're the ones that are buying it. Because they'll look at Frosties, which has like Tony the Tiger on, and it's like a sugary version of cornflakes, and it's like, oh, okay, no, instead it should be like half the box is just like a picture of like a fat kid, and it has and it has like his like like an organ cut out, and it's like this is what fatness did to him. It like constricted his organs or whatever, and it shows like how fucked up they are or whatever the fuck. That's what it shows. That's what it should show. What the fuck? What the fuck is the point of cereal? I still don't understand. And unless it's the like good ones, and there are very few good cereals in terms of actual health. But you're meant to eat food to sustain yourself, and there is also food to enjoy yourself. But the thing is, with cereal, right? People think, oh yeah, no, this is just like a normal thing to eat for breakfast. No. You're not sustaining yourself with, whatever like rainbow colored bullshit. It's not sustaining yourself. You are getting fat. You are getting fat. Especially in the sedentary age we live in.
Cereal is definitely marketed heavily towards kids, like you're saying with like the bright colors and stuff,
100%.
the mascots, and another thing is like the games on the back too, and the toys, like I was saying, like all that stuff, just super marketed to kids, but like it's kind of scummy. No, I'm thinking about it being older, like.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's actually like super scummy.
Yeah.
And same thing with like something like a casino, for like adults. Like casinos are like the super bright places, like colorful, like everything looks like really cool.
With the rewards like, too. Oh, you won! Oh, we're gonna give you a free hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, casinos are nonsense. I don't believe in casinos too, and the fact that regulation is so behind now, like on video games, they have their own casinos and people are getting addicted. Actually, CoffeeZilla uploaded a video on CS2. He does, you might know about him. He's got 4 mil subs. He does investigations of crypto scams. That was like one of the arcs he was going on. And now he did.
I think you did.
Don't know if I did, but just told you about him now. CS2. and about the sort of pipeline to gambling. I think that's what he's doing because he just started doing interviews with like people, um, with people that got into gambling young, and yeah, I think so. This is the that's why I say I think skins. In a vacuum, I don't give a fuck about skins like colorful things on your gun. Like, that's all cool. I don't give a fuck about that. It's the fact that there's gambling in the game to get those skins. I don't like philosophically. I hate gambling, so that being in your game and that being unregulated for anyone really to play, because when you go into a casino, like they're very big on like they're super regulated. They're very big on IDs, and actually casinos are against all this gaming like loot box casinos, right? Because they're thinking, what the fuck, they're making bare money off of this, right? But they're not regulated like basically at all in most countries. That's fucking bullshit. That really is. Because
kids can do. I mean, I bought my first Counter-Strike case when I was like 15. I only
so
bought like 3 ever, but like I'm, people underage. There's probably a lot of people that spend a lot of their parents' money on that. Like I spent like $5 or something
yeah,
total. But
it sucks that regulations have to raise people's kids because their parents are not even they're not even like fully understanding where their money's going. The thing is, like, if I had a kid, right, this is the first thing I would do. I would actually, it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you money, right? We're gonna say, but you have to track like where all the money's going, right? Like you have to put it in a spreadsheet, right? Where is all this money going? And I'm gonna like I'm gonna see like what the kid does in terms of like what he tracks, and it's gonna be like an account, like a bank account, like that I give him. So I can see all the receipts and where all the money's going, right? Like I'm gonna track it myself to see like where all the bad spending habits are. I'm gonna see how they spend their money, right? And what they decide to track, right? I'm not gonna tell them like, oh yeah, no, I'm tracking your shit. No, just spend your money, but put it down on the table. Spend your money wisely. Put it down on the table. They spend their money, right? And now teach them something, right? Because once you spend your money like shit, right? And I, go up to you, and if they're honest, it's like, now if they're honest, maybe they're like, oh, spent their money well. If they're dishonest, it's like, they don't put everything on the spreadsheet. And I go, okay, well, I've been looking at your receipts and you spent your money on this, this, and this. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You need an intervention because this is the fuck. Man, you're spending your money on some, like, why are you spending your money on CSGO cases, man? You're gambling with money I gave you. The fuck are you doing, bro? Like, you need an intervention. Fucking gambling with my money. The fuck are you doing? Make him really feel that. And maybe it's something that he even puts in a spreadsheet, right? Because they don't even realize what they're doing, right? Because when you're a kid, you don't even fully understand the gravity of what you're doing, right? And how everything that you see on the internet and like all the like Syndicate and T Martin 2. I called him T Martin 2. That's his second channel. But you remember the Syndicate T Martin saga, where yeah, CS:GO Wild, fucking hell, and it's just no. You know what I mean? These influencers are abusing the trust of kids, and these people will you just never like I will never see that as a good person ever again. I don't ever forget. Like Syndicate is never a good person to me, because that is one of the shittiest things you can do by making fake reactions on a site that is fairly deregulated to the point where kids can go, because kids are watching you. They're going to see you gambling, by the way, and see that they can win skins on their favorite games, and they're going to do it. And that can happen. At least, and it's gross negligence if you don't think that. Like, you are brain dead if you're not thinking that, especially as an adult. Because you have especially as an adult YouTuber, where kids are watching your content, because you're going to be reading Twitter and comments. You should fucking know who's watching your audience. And you should most definitely be thinking about that. You definitely should, as a community leader, because that's what you turn into when you turn into a YouTuber. Right? At a certain point, right? Like you lead some, to some extent, a community. Like you need to be on top of that. You're like some protector. You need to be protecting whoever the fuck is watching you. The fact that you would ever let that happen is so fucking disgusting me. So bankrupt of morals. But what the fuck are you doing? And that's I don't even remember what I was talking about because just thinking about Syndicate just sent me crazy. It's just, the guy is just so disgusting. Okay, here we go. Wait, hold on. Julian's been typing in my chat. The way it's illegal is like the bad part. I can go to my local store and just buy it, no limits. But then again, oh well, free will, free people will do what they want. Doesn't really matter how much protesting, begging, no advertising. People will do what they want. Other countries do it right. Their sig packs just have rotting people in the packs. Cereal is a snack that tastes good. 99% of them are not healthy. 100%, my brother. 100%. It's so fake. But doesn't really matter how much protesting, begging, or advertising. People will do what they want. Now I disagree with that because smoking. People made smokers know that. I like smokers. People that smoke tobacco are good. Because, and you know they're good people because when they're smoking, they're like, oh man, I tried to quit like 7 times. They know what they're doing is bad. They have when you're a smoker, right? Psychologically, you just know that you're different because every time you go somewhere, it's just like no smoking. It's like we don't want your kind around here. Fucking man, the lady behind the counter is just gonna go, man, I know you smell of smoke. Don't fucking do that shit around here. You're actually persecuted if you're a smoker. Like poor smokers, getting fucked over by, getting addicted to nicotine and now they can't get off it because maybe they don't have enough time to, invest or money or whatever the fuck. And so they're smoking, right? And it's like they know, like I remember my grandma, she was like, don't come near me because I need to smoke my cigarette. They know they're a danger to themselves and to everyone around them. But cereal eaters, you'll never hear a cereal eater go like, oh, what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, I'm eating unhealthily. Oh, people that eat, or people that do weed, weed people are delusional, 100% delusional. I mean, they're super habitual users. I don't give a fuck if you're doing it like regulation, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that. But there is crazy delusion, and there needs to be from, stage 1 in school. You need to be doing. That's the first thing that they show you. They show you an alcohol bottle. They show you some fucking crashed car in a forest, right? They completely get you in the head that don't drink, you're gonna get fucked up, don't drink, and stigmatize that too. You should be stigmatized, like, oh yeah, what I want to do is and I don't mean alcoholics, man. I mean you're going to have just everything, man. Just don't drink, man. You don't need to drink. 100% you don't need to drink. You don't ever need to do it. But there should be a little stigma, at least a little stigma doing it like that. And a little stigma will do fine. I don't want you to be persecuted like the tobacco smokers. I'm kidding, right? But yeah, you probably should be in the same group as a tobacco smoker, where it's like no smoking, no drinking around there. Don't drink around there. Fuck off. And if we do that, right, I think we can combat smoking. And it's just all cultural. Just make a stigma around it through, whatever the fuck you need to do. Whatever they did with smoking, they need to do with drinking. That's how I view it. I can't believe cereal is a thing, man. I actually can't. That's something that you can go into the shop and buy. It's not even like drugs. It's not even like drugs. At least you have to get, some sort of doctor's note to get it. You could just go into the shop and buy cereal. That's crazy to me. This society is so fucked. In certain ways, anyway. Sorry, I just went on my anti-cereal rant for like the 7th time this month.
I think the worst part, or one of the worst parts of that too, is a lot of poor people do have to resort to things like cereal and stuff like that 'cause how cheap it is. So people that are already poor kind of
I
just
don't
like
even
need
believe
food.
that. I 100% don't believe that. I don't believe the poor narrative of they need to do it. Just buy some bread, butter. Yeah, that
I'm not saying
a loaf of bread and bun will get you through the day. or through breakfast anyway.
I'm not saying like it's like a cognitive thing. It's like, oh wait, I don't have a choice but to buy this unhealthy thing. It's like they're not thinking that it's unhealthy. They're just buying it 'cause it's like all they can really afford. But like I think poor people do have that more to where it's like they're more exposed to like these unhealthy foods that are cheap. That's kind of more what I mean.
I think they're more exposed to them, but I don't think it's necessarily the price. I think it's just the lack of education. I think that you see this shit and then you're not really thinking about it. It's just you don't know if you're not educated about it. It's and that's what I said before in a previous conversation. It's the normalization through it being next to things that it's like, oh wow, I'm buying my meat, I'm buying my vegetables, I'm buying my cereal. It's normalization that like this should be part of a meal. No, the fuck it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. So if you don't know any better, right? It's like you think that's normal. That's why I think Syndicate is so evil, is because when someone that you respect, right? And as a kid, you have no idea who to respect. You have no idea. You actually have to get fucked over as a kid to know, like, okay, that guy's shady. Syndicate sort of being the same thing, where he's amongst these people that are actually, could be credible. I'm not even gonna call them credible, but just more credible than him. And guess what? This man, right, is not credible at all. But kids will think he's credible because he's next to other credible people. Because a lot of YouTubers just network with each other, and that's whack. And that's why I think poor people would do cereal. I like how I actually subconsciously said it as if it's like a drug. They do cereal. They don't eat cereal. They do cereal. I think that's why that happens. But I don't think it's a price thing. Not at all.
Well, of course it is, because they're more poor. They have to resort to lower. I mean, it's both, but that's part of it.
Loaf of bread is is drastically more expensive than cereal.
I mean, I don't know. We'd have to like compare prices, like different eras. I don't know, but
I'll
they're
look this
not
up right
able.
now.
Poor people are not going to go out and buy like
Loaf of
super healthy, more
bread.
expensive foods.
Loaf of bread price.
But I do think the education part, I kind of agree. I think that's
Ooh, I
part
just
of
saw
it.
something evil. I typed in loaf of bread, and it came up with white bread. No, I don't do white bread. What the fuck is that white bread? No, I typed in a loaf of bread, and it put white bread at the top. And that's another evil thing too, because white bread, one of the dumbest inventions ever. I don't know why it exists, man.
I don't know
And I
what
see
it
this civilization is so fucked, because I see people now, they're eating white bread, right? And I already think white bread is the pussy bread, right? So there's whole grain bread. So basically what happens, right? You have whole grain and white bread. Reason why it's called whole grain bread is because it has the whole grain in it. But in white bread, to make it white, they basically strip a lot of most of the nutrients off the grain to get it white, right? So you're just eating carbs, right? You're not even getting the nutrients. You just carbs,
I didn't
right?
know that. Actually, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I mean, I knew
whack.
what whole grain bread was, and I always thought that was like that tasted better.
Oh, whole grain bread. Like if you've got a good palate, you'll like whole grain bread, because it's usually it has like a lot in terms of just richness. There's a lot of flavors in. Like white bread is like they're getting rid of everything interesting, and it's just like two pieces of cardboard together with jam or whatever you're eating inside, right? And it's not really meant to taste of anything. So yeah, I think white bread too. Why as a society do we need to have white bread? Why does it need to eat whole grain bread? It's just it's a waste of time, man. It doesn't
There's
taste.
gotta be a reason. I've never even heard of this. I'm gonna actually look into that.
Okay, so I mean I got 99 pence for a whole loaf of white bread. Let me look at cereal. All right, price buy cereal. Wow, I didn't know how to spell cereal, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna spell this wrong, and I got it right. Nice. But I wasn't thinking about it. That's the thing. I was just pressing buttons. That first came to me. Okay, here we go. Best places to buy cereal online. Bread. Can we just go Tesco? All right, Tesco. What? These are expensive as fuck. Nah, okay, so bread, at least in the UK, bread is way cheaper. What the fuck
cereal?
is this? Like £5
Cereal's, like, some of
65?
the cheapest things, especially if you buy like great value cereal, like the off-brand stuff. That's like
Oh.
super cheap, probably like $1.
I'm looking at the sponsored section. 330. Alright. Belvita 295. What is this? Okay.
But yeah, I
Holy
feel like who the fuck doesn't eat cereal? You know what I mean? Like everybody I know eats cereal. It's super normalized.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
All the kids like it's
I don't need
yeah,
that.
that's weird.
I hate bread.
Who's like
Actually, I don't even
who
eat
would
bread.
think of food?
I either have yogurt. I have a plain
I
yogurt.
don't think we should be feeding candy to.
Oh, no, I was talking about Haribo's, how that basic like heroin nonsense.
I don't know what those
I
are.
see $1 bread. Yeah, where I looked up bread and bread is £1. Wait, so Affirm, tell me how much cereal is where you live and compare your prices. Because for me, cereal is drastically more expensive. You're paying like £3, £4 for man. What the fuck? I didn't know cereal was that expensive. I thought it would be similar. I thought it would be £1 too. I thought it would be very similar price.
It depends on the size box you get, but normally it's like maybe $3-4 for me. I don't remember exactly, so I don't really buy cereal, but
No, I don't want white
yeah,
bread.
if you buy like the great value stuff, it's like super cheap.
Bakery, okay, we go. Like £2. What the fuck? £1.85.
Yeah,
£1
boxes I'm looking at
25.
Walmart $5, 5 to 6.
Yeah, that's alright. Let me look at my chat. Cheapest is probably $3 to $4 for a box, but there's $1 cup. You can buy cups of cereal. That's interesting.
What the hell? I was right though. For the great value stuff, like the normal stuff, like Reese's Puffs, Captain Crunch, like all the mainstream stuff, they're like $5, $6. Fruity Pebbles, Lucky Charms. Wait, Lucky Charms is only $2. What the fuck? Anyways, the great value stuff's like $1, $2.
Right.
That's what a lot of like the more poor people buy.
You just buy bread. But bread isn't as enticing. Hey, you look at bread and it just looks depressing. Man, it's why does my bread look like EXE? Like, fuck, this looks so disappointing. I don't want it to look like that. So, I get it, I understand it, and just gotta say, that's what I'm talking about with the advertising. It is very much advertising. Bread doesn't look that enticing, and bread companies, maybe there's heavy bread ad regulations that I just don't know about, but I wouldn't be surprised because why does bread look so depressing? I don't know. And why does cereal look so enticing? The cereal lobby is insanely strong, apparently, because that's ridiculous and that shouldn't be a thing. In my opinion. That's not good. That's really not good. A society is crumbling at the seams because of cereal. It isn't, but
Candy's worse though. I mean, like you just got like sugar loaded on stuff. Like Jesus, and everyone's eating it, kids and adults. I think someone needs to regulate that stuff better at some point. I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime, unfortunately, but
I think we will. I think 100%. I think in the in Gen X and millennials lifetimes, I think they have seen a worrying speed up in weight gain, and people are seeing it's a problem, and people are getting fed up that fat people are getting fed up with themselves. Fuck, it's just not good. We shouldn't have a society that looks like this. And I could absolutely see it just going. Usually, a problem has to get bad enough to go, okay, it's not working. Something's not working here, and we need to do something. And at least I could see it happening over here. Don't know about America.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't believe this stuff is so normalized.
Prevalent, yeah.
I wonder how we even got to this point, to be honest. Like, what the fuck are we eating candy? Why was I eating candy when I was like 8? You know?
Yeah, same. And my parents were just letting me doing that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
don't
do
know how we
oats
got to this
too.
point.
Porridge oats, but but I just do it because my mom. This is the one. So middle-aged women, right? If you need dietary tips, 100% middle-aged women, because they will have something in their own cupboard, right? And it will just be, the most austere shit ever. They like their food like I like my zombies, where it's, no Easter eggs, get that shit out of here, get nonsense perks. It should only be
Yeah.
5 perks, really. Well, I do like PhD and all that, but limit the perks. Just be on 1 perks, 8 perks. I actually like electric cherry, so maybe 9. But mule kick is a non-negotiable for sure. But let me stop with the analogy and actually get to what I'm actually trying to talk about. They will have the most austere diets. So what the fuck? Because they're just way more self-conscious about the way they look. And maybe metabolic rate is catching up with them, right? It's just harder to burn fat when you're older. And so they have all these ways to just eat regular food in the most austere way possible. It's just like unfun food. I remember seeing the boxes for Special K, and I would only see women pick it up. That's something I would recognize. You should be in the cereal section, and it's just only women picking it up, right? And it just looks so unenticing. So I just thought middle-aged women were just really boring. Just like, what the fuck are they doing, man? I only see them do boring shit, right? But when you're older, you realize that, oh shit, they were like 20 years ahead. They were 20 years ahead. They already knew that the incoming nuke of just nonsense. And they're already just choosing healthier options. And so, actually, I just started stealing my mom's porridge oats. I completely used up all her porridge oats because I like those porridge oats. What I do is my mom will buy bananas. I'll chop up the bananas and I'll put it in. I put 10 grams of brown sugar, 40 grams of oats, 200 grams of milk. I warm that up over a stove, and then I chop up bananas. I put bananas in, and then I picked a bunch of blackberries during. So where I cycle, basically like the whole like 50K route is just blackberries, just growing everywhere. So all I do is just for maybe span of like 2 weeks, I just bring a bunch of bottles with me and I just start picking all the blackberries. So you just have free blackberries. On the side of the road in the summertime in the UK. Very nice. At least in the south. I don't know what the north is. And so that's what I'm using the blackberries now. I stored. My mom has like this like ancient technique to like store them like freshly, in jars. And yeah, that's what I do. I just undo them and eat them with my cereal,
Yeah.
or not cereal, but my porridge oats. Very nice. That's a very good
I love
breakfast.
blackberries. I love fruit. I've always liked fruit. It's like one of my favorite foods ever since I was young.
No, I like Haribos and sugar cubes and all that.
I'm glad I always liked fruit and vegetables when I was a kid.
Um, I, I don't even remember. I don't know if I remember. Yeah, I hated onions as a kid for sure.
This is
I didn't love things. But I remember it was like, oh yeah, I like cucumber. That's one of the best vegetables as a kid, right?
oh,
Because
dude, yeah,
because
I loved those too.
as a kid you have no palate, and cucumbers are just doesn't taste of anything. So oh yeah, of course that's the vegetable you like. So EXE was telling me, oh yeah, I like cucumber, and I immediately knew you just didn't eat any other vegetables, and I told him, oh, you definitely don't eat anything else. And he's like, oh, I do. And he just like lists like 3 vegetables, and it's like, oh, do you like onions? And he's like, no, okay. Yeah, you don't eat. You know what I mean? It's like you look at a periodic table, and it's like, oh, you're not made out of carbon? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And like, everything's made out of carbon, man, mostly. What the fuck are you talking about? You're not made out of carbon. It's the same thing. It's like you don't eat onion. Like, what food do you eat? Everything has onions in it. Everything. Every good meal has an onion in it, or is cooked with onion, or uses it as some kind of way to flavor the food. I don't know the fuck you're eating something without onions. So, um. Oh, and then EXE told me he just doesn't eat. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. No, I just really like the taste, or not the taste, the texture of cucumbers.
Right. I think cucumbers are bomb.
Really? Why?
I mean, I eat them pretty much every day, but I think they're like a filler for me, where it's just I put them in the food just to fill them up, but I'm not even really tasting them.
I think they have a really cool texture. I like eating them by themselves.
Right. I like them with curry. I love them with curry. They just go so well with curry.
Salad. Like
They are the salad.
For salad.
Bling M4A1 nuke on terminal MW2 in 2024. Don't give a fuck. Rapson, Gekia RTA. Thank you. Jimaku Kaisetsu Tsuki. Man, I'm getting ever so closer to be able to play a video game. Oh, I was talking. I was just so disappointed because I was just failing to read Japanese like over and over again. In terms of I was just coming up with I was just encountering sentences where I just was really struggling to read. I say really struggling. It was just something I didn't understand about the sentence. And now that I'm reading these articles, I didn't realize how much I didn't understand. Like, oh, there's another way to use ni, but in the ni article, it never said that because it's just for this one way of thingying. But it's like a really important part of Japanese. So there's a lot of just, oh wow, there's probably a lot that I just was trying to understand that was just, I just couldn't. That I didn't probably fully understand, or that, yeah, obviously I didn't understand that because I didn't fully understand the language, and I do wanna just play a game because it's way. I realized that I'm trying to logic myself too much into the language. And I think, oh yeah, I'll just read something, like an article explaining what's happening, and then I'll just understand the language. But then, it never works like that. Because that's not how you learn English. And that's not how you can learn Japanese, because then, it's, you know how in English you can just like look at a sentence and you just put no effort into it. Like you could have it glance at like you could have it on screen for half a second and you'll just be able to comprehend the whole sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Japanese, it's nothing like that. Even though I understand the underlying logic of the language, even if I can read katakana, I still can't look at something and go immediately recognize everything as quickly as I can with English, even with a flash.
Do you think you'll be able to get to that point?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I just need to read instead of just thinking I can logic myself into anything. I just need to read. And I just need to get over the discomfort with, sometimes I'll be, because it takes a lot of brain power for me to just think about it. It discourages me. I'm like, oh fuck, I read a few sentences and I don't understand this and I just can't be asked to read anymore. Fuck this. And I stop reading. But I want to get to the point of just being able to be flashed on the screen and I can just read it because that just sounds so fun.
Yeah.
But I actually realized I am actually kind of getting to some sort of point in Japanese where I am actually kind of being able to do that, but it's only with vocab. Where I'll see a bunch of vocab on the screen in a sentence, and I'll recognize all the vocab on the screen, and it's like only on the screen for maybe like a second. So I'm watching speedruns. Like, yeah, the best way to
Yeah.
learn a language while they're like mashing through the text. Like, yeah, you know, just like totally learning the language.
Right. It's so funny.
But it's funny because actually I've picked up a lot from actually doing that, which is funny. But it's not from the text itself, but more from the because all the battle options always like come up over and over again. And so I can just figure out I can just figure out what's being said.
Yeah, that's why I think it's good. For me, like having played zombies a bit with the Japanese on,
Oh, what have you learned so far?
able to just expose myself to that a lot. And I haven't played like a ton ever since I put Japanese in, but I don't remember if I've like really learned a whole lot. But I'm just like able to see it, like expose myself to it, and like I'll like read out the kana.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing.
And there's some like whenever I'm rebuilding the barricade, I've pretty much learned like that whole section at this point.
Oh yeah. Naga,
That's the main
Oshi,
one
X.
that comes to my mind. That one. Maybe some things in the settings as well. I mean, a lot of it in BO1 is in katakana.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess I've learned stuff like that, but
Yeah, I can read everything on the menus.
oh, and reload. That's in katakana as well.
No.
And
I was watching.
Whenever you jump and like there's a spot above your head that you can't like jump past, it
Yeah.
says like Coco something like.
Yeah, Coco, like here.
Is it Ue? Yeah, you can't go up here.
Yeah. It's like Tate, Age. It's like Tate, Age, Ageru. Like to stand up or something. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
Tate, Age. Is it Tate? I don't know what it says. 'Cause I remember adding it to my deck. Tate.
But I just think whenever you play a game that you know like the whole like settings and everything, you just know where everything is by memory. You don't have to read the language to know. Like those type of games are really good to put Japanese on because you're just exposing yourself to it more.
What is it? Tate. What is it? Agatate. You know what? Maybe I just need to watch me playing in Japanese and then maybe I'll see. Can you read the pause menu? Pause menu.
Oh, the pause menu. You're
Yeah.
talking about the main menu per second. I don't know. I'd have to open it and see.
Game ni modoru, sette.
Let me open up my one of my
Stage. Restart. Shuryo.
I'm just way worse at katakana than I am at hiragana though.
Oh yeah.
I just see it way less.
Yeah, same.
And
You are it.
a lot of the letters look kind of similar, so sometimes I fuck up. like which one it is. I'll read a word wrong and be like, that doesn't make sense. And then I'll be like, oh, it's actually that. But yeah, like I've like gotten really good at Hiragana, at least just reading it, because whenever I was doing Duolingo a lot, like I had it purely Hiragana, so I had to like kind of force
Right.
myself to start reading like all of it like that. So, but I just haven't seen katakana as much at all. But can I read the pause menu?
Nagaoshi de barricado tsukari sorry tsukuru naosu.
Oh, that's the rebuilding barricade.
Yeah, tsukuri naosu.
I can't read the quit, but I don't know what quit says.
Shuryo. It's got the first kana is or kanji, sorry, is in owari, which is end.
Yeah, I know that one, but I don't know if I've seen the right one that much.
The one on the right I've never seen really ever.
It looks
It's sort of
kind of similar to like other ones I've seen, but it's not got the same marks. I think I've seen it in the Conjure grid though. Wait,
You know the second one?
no, I
the-
feel like I've
Under Game ni Modore.
on settings. Are you talking about settings?
Yeah, second button.
Oh yeah, I definitely know that one. I actually forgot it though. Is it? It looks like Ashi, but it's not. Is that what you're talking about?
Hold on.
Similar to
Go
that.
to the pause menu. The one on the Game ni Modore.
First one is something to do with saying something, but I don't know that one.
Are you you talking about the pause menu on zombies?
Yeah, pausing in the settings. Are you talking about settings?
No, just the pause menu.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Which one? Like what you were asking about then?
There's the four options on the pause menu, like where it says
Yeah.
pause. Yeah, the second one.
Oh, that's settings. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but like, do you know what it says? Like, do you know how to say it?
No.
Okay. That one can actually mean two things.
Really? What does it
Yeah.
say?
It says sette. The first character is Setsu, and the second one is Te. And that Setsu character is actually it's used in like establishing, like a lot of words with establishing. I forgot what the kunyomi is. It's like more like mokeru or something like the. I'm not sure. Remember like moeru or something. It's like a short vowel more. Got two settled. Can I find the word? Oh no, it's a long vowel, mokeru. I was right. Well, I was wrong about it being a short vowel, but it's mokeru. Just the setup. But yeah, you're gonna see that a lot when you play video games. Sette. So that's actually a really important word to know. At least to be able to recognize. And it sounds like settings, like sette. Settings. So, it's really easy to remember. Confusing thing with that first character though, it's also used, it looks like a to throw, like throwing, nage. That just means throw, or nageru, to throw. But that confused me, and I actually had to reset both the words so I had them at the same time so I could tell the difference. And when you get when you learn more kanji, you might have to do that if you're getting really confused with what the difference is between two characters because you don't see them button like side by side.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I would just
There's
reset
probably
both of
should do
them.
that with right now.
Would you say?
So there's probably a few I should do that with, like right now.
Yeah, I just reset them and I also just add. I don't know if you know how to. If you could probably just look it up how to add words to your Anki deck, but that's why I either look to see if there's another word in my deck with the same kanji. If there isn't, I just add them to my deck so I can just see the character a million times and then get used to it. Oh, something that was really fucking me over was what was it? Oh, something that's fucking me over now because I only look at the Anki deck is when the words are in a different form. And sometimes, like I watch Dragon Quest a lot, but most of the time, a lot of these words are just written in Kana only. And so I'm not understanding what they say. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for me to go, oh, that's what it says. Because it's in a different form, plus it's only in Kana. Like past form, or whatever.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I mean, past form's easy. Like, they're all tar. And they all turn into tar. But sometimes, it's just a little bit different. Because like a su word, su ending will turn into shita. That's pretty confusing. And what else? I think that's it. I think that might be the most confusing ending. I think negative. So like EU to say can turn into iwanai. Because u turned into wa when you and then you add nai at the end to make it negative. Oh, that shit is so it's so unintuitive. But for everything else, it's just like iku, like you turn ku into the ke, instead of ku. I don't know what the word for it is, but like in that like all the K sounds, you just turn it into ke. Actually, you can turn it into ka too. Actually, that might be the standard way to do it. It might be just ikanai. It's very what do you call it? Oh, here we go. I found it. The like the you can't stand up over here. I found the word. Finally, it's tachi aga urenai. That's what it says. I mean, you can tell it's negative because it's so it's agaru. So that's a go down verb. Agaru, agarenai. You see how the ru turns into re, and then you add the nai. That's kind of confusing. That can get confusing because sometimes it doesn't do that. For ichidan verbs, it doesn't do that. It would just be if agaru was just an ichidan verb, it would be aganai. Way simpler. And so you might think it's because there is a verb form that uses re. So you might get a little bit confused looking at it. So I really suck at reading verb forms. And I think that's probably what you're going to struggle on too, because Anki doesn't use what you call
one form.
Yeah, it just shows you the standard form, and you just need to know how to conjugate them.
Yeah, that's something I noticed that, but I'm just like I'll figure it out later. Just get the words down.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a Goldan. Agaru is a Goldan verb. Ageru is an Ichidan verb. Oh, actually, wait, that makes sense. What the fuck? Wait, no, it doesn't make sense. I thought that made sense, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. That's kind of confusing because the words look the same, but they just have get and ga. That's different. It's like the same kanji, ageru, agaru, and it's like an intransitive transitive pair. So like agaru is to go up, and ageru is to make something go up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they conjugate differently. That's so fucking stupid. I didn't even know that. That's good to know because that's a very common word. Wait, let me see how common it is. Top 800 word. Agaru, top 700. Agaru 9.
Yeah, I don't really go on Twitch that much anymore, but I'm just looking at it right now. There's a lot of people streaming for me.
I already
Everybody's streaming.
follow a lot of people, so it's always a lot of people streaming for me.
I don't follow that many people. I just follow a bunch of people from Zombies, and then like some like Counter-Strike stuff like that. I don't follow that many big streamers.
Oh, I don't follow big
Actually, I don't
streamers. I
think
just follow.
I don't think I follow any big streamers besides Action Man. He doesn't
I
even stream on Twitch, so
right. I just follow a bunch of have just into a lot of games, so I follow people from a whole bunch of different games.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of like zombies people streaming, but none of them are really playing zombies. Like TTS playing Pokemon, Stealth is playing zombies, Krub's playing SCP. I'm watching that right now. There's actually a really cool mechanic in this game. I don't know if you ever like know anything about this game, but there's an SCP where if you kill someone, you can like talk to like the players and like trick them if you're the SCP. There's like a certain SCP you can do that with. And you can actually still players' voices if you kill them, so you can make it seem like you're that person that's still alive. I think that's like a really cool mechanic.
Interesting.
I don't know how like the technology works for that. I don't know if it's like AI or something, but yeah, you can like still people's voices.
Yeah, I was thinking like, what the fuck? How'd you? I was thinking, I was thinking like, oh, that must be like you must be talking about voices, as in like maybe like the characters have a voice and you can like you do issue certain commands. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, you can like still like their actual voice, so it would sound like me if like if the SCP that's the dog killed me, like you could take my voice and it would
That's
sound
so
like me.
bait. You just papped the Thompson?
You actually have to like consent to it though, I think. Like when you first load up the game, it's like, do you want this enabled or not or something?
Like, I think Julian's playing No Waffle or whatever, and it's his
Wait,
title was
really?
called Raygun Runs. Playing Raygun Runs, like just Raygun only.
Wait, so oh, that's what you're talking about, the Thompson.
Yeah, got the Gibbs
What else is he
Omatic.
gonna do? Is he gonna
How'd you
die?
even? Well, the Raygun Run,
Oh,
and you just restarts. No, I would do the
yeah, I
same
saw
thing.
that. I just clicked on and saw it.
That's what you should do.
I thought you were just gonna play a whole game without the WAF. I'm like, what the fuck would you do that? Didn't Spirit do that?
What?
Play like a higher end game without using the WAF or something?
I don't know.
I swear that was a meme back then, but you got like 232 or something. I don't even remember, but oh, dude, fuck Twitch. They figured out my strat. You know how
Good.
you can like use picture-in-picture mode? I don't know if you ever use that, but whenever I get an ad, I just use picture-in-picture mode, and you can watch the stream without having to deal with ads. But they made it to where you can't put it in full screen anymore, so
Nice.
yeah, it's gay as fuck. The 2-minute ad. What the fuck? No, I'm
Good.
clicking off, dude.
Get punished.
2 minutes.
They're getting all that money back from you doing all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. Oh yeah, let me show you what I did.
Oh, I forgot about that for the game.
Yeah. Alright. This is the language I've been making, right? So I had an idea, right? It's like super scuffed, but basically.
What the?
Alright, let's
Dude,
start
these
from the
look like
beginning.
eyes.
Yeah. Actually look like electrons. Maybe not a purple background when I'm writing in purple. No. No, I want one brush. Alright, so basically, oh, okay. I'm writing them right on white. Nice. A. It's pretty shit A. Let me try again. Really hard to draw a nice A with AB. Yeah, okay. So A is this, right? Okay. Simple. E is this. I is this. O is empty. And then U is process of elimination. Alright, simple. So, alright, those are the vowels, right?
Yeah.
But what are the letters or whatever? So K, right? Is this. Alright. What the fuck was it again? It was this. It was this. This is a K, right? But you don't write K's alone because again, it's meant to be a syllabary. So you write K, right? It's like Japanese. So you write this, but then you can probably guess what I'm doing right now. You do this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It like, joins up and shit.
Yeah.
I thought, all right, that's like a sick concept, right? I even thought of more things. I was thinking, okay, but it doesn't fully work. And you might guess why once I start doing it. So let's say like and then So that's like I makes like I sound.
Okay, like you say, like Mude.
Or like Kaidu. Kaidu. But they usually I remember when I first heard Kaidu, it's like what? How'd you get a fucking I? But it's like Kaidu, like Kaidu, Kaidu. But when you say it quickly, it just sounds like I, but yeah, Madai. Well actually you say Madai, but my guess would it depending on how you spell it, if it's spelled with an A and it would be Madai in Japanese. Like Kaidu. But with A and the E, right? So A is here. That's an A. Okay, nice. But an E is like this. So that'd be just I together as one word. You wouldn't do like this. It wouldn't look like this. It's like, let's say I'm spelling a word with this. It wouldn't just be, oh, I'm putting this. It's like super space efficient. And you say the E second because it's hollow. And this is filled in. So if I'm... That's... Alright, so you figured it out. Yeah, good. Yeah, you're thinking, right? There's a problem. I told you there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because you're on O, right? Oh, uh-oh. Alright, that's O. And then a U. Okay, well, that makes sense. What happens if the O is second? Right? Like, if I want to do OU. Wait, that works. Sorry. Because that's O. And that's obviously second. But if... sorry, if... Look at me and my brain just not working properly. O and U, right? Like UO. I do this, but how do I say that I'm doing a second O, right? So now that you thought of it, this is why I wanted to show you. Because do you have any ideas like what I could do with the O to fix this conundrum I've stumbled upon?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is you could just draw another circle around it.
That's my initial thought. Was like, yeah, just
Oh, really?
Oh!
Okay.
or what? Or did you mean like this?
No, I meant like around the whole thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That was my initial idea. But then I never.
Makes sense.
It does make sense, yeah. But I want to bounce off more ideas because that's not like the most. That's not the most elegant solution. I know someone's got like, oh, you know, like don't worry, bro. I got you. Nah, trust me, do my strat.
Yeah.
And they come up with some hack
If I
the
think about it
system,
more.
right? And then, you know, oh, and then all like you know how like some sounds sound familiar, so like like fur, and like fur and like you're doing that sort of like the same mouth shape to get the same sounds. Same thing with ke and ge, like ke ge. It's like really similar mouth shape for both. I was thinking like, okay, so this is ge, but because you're using the same mouth shape, why not just reuse the same symbol, but I change it up a bit? And I was thinking, okay, maybe I can do like a line intersecting it. That's like a boring solution. To do something else. But I was thinking like that, like general philosophy for like similar mouth shape sounds. I use the same like basically like with Japanese, you know, they use like the same like t and the both have like they're both the same characters, but they have the little like double marks on the side of them, the speech marks. And yeah, I was thinking of doing something similar to that because that's cool.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Pretty intuitive, so yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
I do agree. Yeah, you want it to, you know, have some logic to it. Yeah. Don't know if this is that's just why I came up with just the first first thing that came to my head was, yeah, this looks cool. Having circles and more circles for just vowels, and then the letters themselves, like the consonants are inside the circles, and so that would be, yeah, that this would be care. But if it was like let's say if I'm doing gay, let's just go with this. And then I draw this, and then I'm doing so that's g, and then I'm trying to do gay, so that would be like E and I together makes gay. So I'll go E first, and then I second. Get E, get A. Yeah, so yeah, that's gay. So
my question though
mm,
is what level do you unlock the translator at? Like how many levels do you need to get?
163. Yeah, 163. You get you get the full thing translated.
I think you should make it like 250 headshots.
250 headshots. Yeah, that's alright. I like how compact the language is though. It's actually like super compact. You can put a lot of shit into the into just like one character space. Rather than, you know, like in English it's just like F and then E and then L, and I thought it was really cool to have it like you have like circle is like default, and then it's like, okay, it's like mark the circle and then draw something inside. Yeah,
it's gonna be, again, like really important for this type of game, I think.
Yeah, it's logical. There's some logic to it. Yeah. maybe I could even make it more logical too, in terms of like pitch. I don't know what pitch the vowels are, but I could have them oriented based on pitch in terms of like the highest pitch one is at the top, and then the lowest one is at the bottom. That could also make sense. But that's the first thing I thought about. That's the first concept I came up with. It's still not super perfect, but still, what do you think? Good, bad?
No, I think it's good so far.
All right.
I like the direction of it. Definitely have to see like how it plays out though.
True. I wanted to. I'm just thinking because do I want more relation between the letter and the circle around the letter, or the consonant and the vowel, because they seem really disconnected. I was thinking, can I get more, creative with it and have them a little bit more connected? I don't know. I have no idea. This Kondoriku. Godoriku or Godric. Godoriku or commission. Okay, doing. Okay. Drama and can't participate. Is that what that says? So I'm reading Japanese, I got distracted. Yes, I can read Japanese. Sorry, I needed to get my ego back because I was really struggling. I just came across a word that's fairly rare, but I actually knew it. But my understanding of the word was a little bit off. In the situation, it wouldn't be used. It was tachi ojo. Ojo means giving up before death. They're giving up to death. And tachi ojo means coming to a standstill. And I knew it as being in a dilemma, because when you're in a dilemma, you're at a standstill. So it's like sort of like second order meaning of the word. And so I need to adjust. I might just re-add to my deck just to get the correct meaning. But actually, I don't think I need to do that. I think I'll remember that. I'm actually very surprised I did remember that. Haven't had it in such a long time. Capybaras have to be the most nonsense animal I've ever seen. Didn't even know what they were.
What's even the deal with that? Like, why did that animal get so popular recently? Like, I just keep hearing about them.
I keep seeing them, yeah. Didn't even know what the fuck they were. No idea what's up with them.
1 sec, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Love Jews so much. Why does everyone in South Korea love Jews so much? Everyone I've met in South Korea has read the Jewish religious book, the Talmud. I'm not even kidding.
I read Talmud I was in elementary school.
I'm Jewish, and I've never even read the Talmud. South Korea is on a peninsula bordering North Korea and near China and Japan. Koreans are mainly Buddhist and Christian, and there are basically no Jews here. But for some reason, everyone I've spoken to has read the Talmud.
I read the Talmud when I was 7, and that book told me to be wise.
50 years ago, a book called 5,000 Years of Jewish Wisdom became a bestseller in Korea. This book talks about stories and lessons from the Talmud that help you live a successful life. And many Koreans started wondering, why are Jewish people successful? Okay, so I'm in a Korean bookstore, and I just found an entire section of the Talmud. So this is the Talmud, 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 and this is the Talmud. It's so fascinating to see a country that has adopted the Talmud and these teachings into their life. So they started reading the Talmud as a way to learn about the secrets behind the success. They even created a comic book version of the Talmud that parents would give to their young kids.
I have read Talmud when I was in high school, and I could have so many.
What the fuck? Why is that? I think we finally know why South Korea is disappearing. I don't even get the joke. I'm so poor in geopolitics. Actually, I have no idea why. What the? I'm so fucking tired of this, man. This fucking language. So fucking tired of this language. It's so fucking whack. Fucking garbage language. I'm kidding, I love Japanese, but this is getting ridiculous.
a 2.9 in high school, and I didn't take the SAT or the ACT.
If you were to become a millionaire, what would it be from?
Oh my god, Death just being a crazy biologist that knows everything about science.
Wow. Probably just by like planting trees. Like a lot of them though. A lot of trees.
Is that a lucrative business?
Yeah, I mean it depends on the tree.
Okay, there I am. Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, thank you. What the fuck? What SAT score got you in here?
1420.
I had a 2.9 in high school, and
Understand how the news
Shut up.
has to do with a bunch of reasons, and I'm gonna.
Shut up. When is this guy gonna get back? Because I want to tell him I want to fuck off. So he's got me scrolling social media like a fucking bum. I'm locked up. I'm all. I don't even know the lyrics of that song. I've never even heard that song. I've only heard people singing it. Fucking hell, the text-to-speech Japanese voice is fucking horrendous. Alright, he's not back yet, it's 45 past.